We're no strangers to LARP. You know the rules, and so do I. So you know how we just had the static word-based disclaimer that I just sung over? Well, consider this a second verbal disclaimer specific to this specific episode. Now that I exploited the social construct of a disclaimer to avoid liability, get ready because I'm going to tell you all about the exploits and power gaming that you can do in LARP. Starting at a very basic level of power gaming that's so basic that it's barely even considered power gaming, we have armor. In most video games and tabletop games, armor reduces the amount of damage you take, but calculating that sort of thing in real time with human brains is near impossible for the average smooth brain LARPer, so instead, we universally just say, armor adds hit points. So as I've mentioned in previous videos before, LARP therefore is a pay-to-win game. The more money you pay, the more HP you have. The more HP you have, the bigger advantage you have over those who don't. Next up, pretending that you're more powerful than you actually are is a great way of stalling for time. Nobody wants to be hit with an instant death spell, for example, so as long as you don't actually go through with casting it, nobody can accuse you of using a spell you don't actually have. And hey, if they doubt and argue with you, then they're spending that time arguing instead of killing you anyways, which is a win-win if you're trying to stall for time. Some spells require you to chant out some words before casting them, like, by the mystical arcane winds, I cast Fireball! That's 5 words plus the words, I cast Fireball. Now all that chanting gives your opponent time to either dodge, run away, or kill you before you can finish casting the spell. However, if you exploit the system and say things like, wait, I cast Fireball. That's me just saying the word wait 5 times, which is part of the chant. Plus saying I cast Fireball. Rules as written, it technically counts. Usually when LARPs talk about two-handed weapons, they have a rule forbidding you from wielding a second weapon or a shield in your offhand. However, sometimes they don't specify the fact that you need to use both hands on said weapon. Wielding a greatsword in one hand while standing sideways decreases your frontal hit profile, increases your reach slightly, and frees up your other hand to use potions, items, or insulting gestures. Real swords in real life this size are heavy, but foam swords not so much. Another exploit is to pretend to die. Now, for the most part, people will stop attacking you when there's no point in attacking you, especially if there are other more pressing matters to attend to. And once they stop paying attention to you, you can always sneak attack them. The final exploit is that most LARPs that are safety conscious don't allow you to hit people's heads. So in these cases, crouch down or even kneel. Better yet, use a shield to cover the rest of your body until only your head is showing, forcing your enemies to hit you in the noggin and potentially get penalized for it. Oh, and just in case you forgot, please rewatch the disclaimer at the start, including the verbal disclaimer. So now you know about exploits and power gaming in LARP. You're welcome. Next week we're talking about the power of music. Can you guess the topic? Exploits and power gaming isn't always a good thing unless your specific community embraces it. Not only that, but exploits by their very nature are also specific to each LARP and rule set. The advice I'm about to show you is less advice and more warnings and observations. In fact, some of these tricks might get you banned, reprimanded, and even hurt the community with toxicity, so use them at your own risk. Actually, no, don't even try it. I am telling you in black and white language to not use exploits and power gaming at your LARP. This episode isn't a guide to LARP anymore, this is a warning. There are unwritten rules that forbid these kinds of shenanigans.